In this video we're going to assemble the bulk of the gear train, which comprises the two towers, the bridge and the top, the input shaft from the motor, which has a spacer with a circle in it, a circular hole in it, 8-tooth wheel adapter, hex rod adapter, a belt wheel spacer and 16 tooth. The third level gears, which have an 8 and a 16 tooth and a bevel gear and hex rod and spacers, and the top level, which has a 16 tooth, a belt wheel, a belt and a thrust bar and their rings. So we'll start at the top. First we're going to assemble the top set. This is called the 1/8 RPM shaft, being the 1 RPM, half, quarter and 1/8 RPM, and RPM in this case standing for revolutions per marble. This shaft has a belt wheel and a 16 tooth gear. The smooth side of that should go against the belt wheel. Axle goes through, and the thrust bar, we want the larger hole. The two end ones are the same. We want the larger one towards this gear wheel and the smaller one away. That's that. And then that fits into that side. That's the and slip the belt over. Now we'll do the quarter RPM shaft. That has a bevel gear, 16 tooth and an 8 tooth and a spacer. Take the hex rod, put the very thin spacer on. Now the 16 tooth wheel, want the smooth side against that spacer, so the raised boss then sits against the 8 tooth. Puts the axle through, and then that spacer sits there. So it's like that. Then that fits onto there, so that the 16 tooth from the 8th RPM shaft sits against the 8 tooth there. And then we can offer up the other side of the gear tower like that. So both these are now fixed in. It's now time to put the bridge piece on, which fits on with 4 cap screws. The next stage is to fit the tower onto the base, but before we fix it down we need to put the 1 RPM shaft in place. The 1 RPM shaft is best assembled from the gear train end, but it's a little fiddly. We need to take the adapter and the 8 tooth, feed the wire through the gap. Put that on there, and then put the spacer on, and then the shaft fits in there. You can then slide on that adapter, then that one, that goes all the way in, spacer, and then the 16-tooth wheel with a smooth side going this way and the boss on the end, like that. Now, taking this assembly, if we move the wheel slightly, axle into the axle hole, and then it's ready to screw down with a pair of thumb screws. Note that some foam strip on the bottom stops the base sliding around or scratching. Now, this section moves, but obviously the quarter and 8 RPM shafts won't rotate until we have the half RPM shaft in, which goes in with the open Archimedean screw.